What's up, Planeswalkers? Bad Posture, Etheric 6, back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. I do, of course, hope you head over to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal, and it helps support the show. Now, today, we're going to be hopping back into some Ranked on stream today. I played a little bit of a Ranked Bolas, and I've been doing all right with it. Having a lot of fun with Bolas. I believe I've made a couple of changes to the sideboard only. So I dropped one of the Duresses. I dropped down on an Enter the God-Eternals. I added 3 Thief of Sanity, which means I dropped something else as well. I dropped a 1-of, and I don't remember what it was. I guess it wasn't important enough. But I added some Thief of Sanities into the side as just kind of a leverage against the control decks. A lot of people have been running Legion Warboss recently. I don't love it because I'm greedy. It's possible I should just be running Legion Warboss, but screw what the meta says. I want to play Grixis Bolas the way I want to play it. I also want to win. So hopefully we'll do a little bit of that today. I do like playing some best of 3 from time to time. I think it does give a little bit of spice to the channel. This hand's totally keepable. Got this on 2, this on 4. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start with the Watery Grave. I guess actually, I feel like I should have started with the Steam Vents. Maybe it'll trick my opponent into thinking I was something else. Submerged Boneyard is interesting for sure. Go ahead and plop this down. We'll just use Discovery now. See if there's anything we're loving. Oh, we do love a God-Eternal. But I think we want to hide it for right now. So I do think I'm just going to take this land. And I might end up flooding out because of this decision, but my opponent very well could be on a Thought Erasure here. And I do want to hide one of my strong cards. Now, what's really good about this situation is I have an Ionize up. So if they're trying to do something tricksy, I can go and say, no. This makes me want to continue on the no train. Oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes control mirrors are really dictated by who decides to snap first. The only issue is that I'm not playing Chemist's Insights, I don't think. Is that true? No, I think I am. Am I? I don't know. Who cares? Yeah, so if my opponent plays Chemist's Insight here, then it's going to be pretty good for them. Nope. Cool, cool. Just trying to see who bucks first. Very interesting. Luckily, they can only take 1 of my counterspells. But they will know about my counterspell. My guessing is they're going to be playing a Narset, potentially. I don't love it. I'm going to let it have it. I'm going to let them have it. Very possibly incorrect, but if my opponent's able to get a Narset down early, that could really spell some demise for me. Drinking a little bit of that applesauce, really. Apple juice. Although, I don't think it'd be too strange to drink applesauce. So I can see my opponent taking, yeah, the Kefnet. Because this is the easiest way for Kefnet to stay gone. But luckily, I have another Kefnet. Cast down. Good choice. So it's Grixis versus straight blue-black. Now, is my opponent going to force the counterspell? They decide not to. Which is real great, because I can go ahead and do this. Now, they might counterspell this, but then I'll just resolve a Bolas. Mass Manipulation is important to know about. Campaign's annoying. Honestly, I think I want to just get rid of Mass Manipulation. That card can really screw me. Also, don't really want Bolas to take it down. I think I'm going to take Disinformation Campaign, though. Mass Manipulation is something that I can deal with later on. I can play around the counterspells, just like my opponent's going to be playing around my counterspells. End of the God-Eternals is another, like, this functionally dead card in hand. These are things we play around, and really, I think it just depends on who gets the card draw more. Like, I don't... Like, my opponent has no thing that's going to resolve here, so there's no reason for me to keep that on top. And we're not even going to play Nicol Bolas. Because, one, they could counter it if they wanted to, but I doubt they would. Because they would want to, excuse me, use Enter the God-Eternals, and that would give them a creature that I just don't want to deal with. So yeah, we have 6 mana, so we can... This is just a wait. This is just a wait. Who draws better? Search for Azcanta would be great for either of us. I'm assuming we're going to fight over that at some point. I think it's incorrect to be the first one to trigger a Planeswalker. Trash card. Terrible to draw. They go with a Jace. I guess it's a self-mill deck, maybe. But yeah, that's a no for me. Pal. Don't want this. So the shields are down, and I could resolve a Bolas. And I would still be able to hold up an Ionize. So if I force my opponent to try and enter the God-Eternals on my Bolas, and I then counter that, on the following turn, I'll be able to turn Bolas into a Planeswalker and get value. The issue is that my opponent... Well, I guess my opponent would only be able to keep one Planeswalker. So I think I do want to play Bolas. I think that is the best for us long term. So we force a discard, which is good. We do need to be wary of the mass manipulation. Okay, they get rid of one of those. Now I assume they're going to enter the God-Eternals on this. They might not. And this is why I was saying I think it's incorrect to be the first one to pull the trigger on making a threat in this type of scenario, when we both know we have counterspells up. Because if my opponent does that, I can very easily just Ionize this. I can attack my opponent. Sure. Let's see. So what do I have in here? I have a Kefnet, so I could actually get Kefnet. My opponent is like 1 mana short. Get Jace, but I don't think I need Jace. I'm definitely going to attack at the very least. So the question is, do I just activate Bolas and get a card back? Because if my opponent plays a land next turn, right, they'll have they'll only be able to take one of them. And Bolas, if I -4, then my opponent could -3 to kill one of what I have left. But that would be their entire mass manipulation. Am I fine with that? I could +2 instead. This would be at 9 though, and then my opponent would be able to do minus. So I think if I do this, which I will, the correct decision is to -4. The question though is, do I take Kefnet or do I take their Jake from State Farm? I think I bring Kefnet back. I think Kefnet is the best value. Plus, it would mean that if my opponent does -3 on my Bolas, I would be able to put Kefnet back into the rotation. So I think this is the correct decision play line here. But that's predicated on them getting a land. They did get a land, so let's see if they use mass manipulation and where they put it. It looks like they're taking the Bolas. And see, this is why I say that, like, you should be the second person to pull the trigger. Because the ball is in my court now. My opponent has to respond to everything that I do. And since a lot of the more powerful cards are at sorcery speed, they're not going to be able to hold up those 2 counterspells, right? I know about those counterspells. I don't need to play into it. If my opponent does nothing here on their turn with the mass manipulation, then I get to just untap, draw 2 cards, maybe get a bonus from Kefnet. My opponent has to do something about my board. And in doing so, they're going to be using too much mana to hold up mana for me. And then I can play a Ugin, right? So yep, they take this, and let's see if they -3 the Kefnet. It looks like they're going to -3. Yep, that's exactly what I expected them to do. And that's absolutely fine to me. Gives Kefnet back in the rotation, right? It gets a very, very dangerous card out of their hand, right? We don't want to see mass manipulation. And we're actually going to scare my opponent. I'm at 20, and against the control deck, I do not care about taking a little bit of life, right? So I'm going to pretend that I have an additional counterspell in my hand. I don't, but I can pretend. I didn't know about that one. Do have a Thought Erasure, which is nice. Yeah, those cards are pretty much useless. Bedeck, Bedazzle. Actually, yeah, sure, I'll keep that. My opponent knows I have this card in hand. Let's go ahead and plus, and I think I'm just going to kill this. Oh, you know what? That was dumb. I should have used Ritual of Soot first. I'll do it second. It's fine. I don't care enough. I think this is actually fine. We'll do this. I need to save the Bedevil for an actual Planeswalker-based threat. But, I mean, right now, I have an uncontested Ugin on the board. Right? And the longer time goes on, the more creatures I'll have that they'll need to deal with, right? So I can also Bedazzle them at the end of their turn on the Submerged Boneyard. But yeah, for right now, I don't have to do a damn thing. And that really is, that's just the reason why in that specific scenario. Ha! That is unfortunate. 3, 4. I'm going to do this first. Yes. See if they want to counter this. Because if they counter it, they're not going to get the Surveil trigger on the Disinformation campaign. It's exactly what I wanted to see. I'm totally fine if you counter my Bedazzle. You're not getting the extra bonus off of the Surveil. You're also not going to have mana up for when I play my Bolas, and then can I flip it immediately? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I get one more land, I can flip it immediately. So we are just going to go ahead and drop a Bedevil here. Oh, yeah, baby. That's that shit I do like. So yeah, now we can play and immediately use our Bolas.
Secrets manifest before you.
Now, obviously this is going to be potentially an issue if my opponent is able to, once again, steal a bunch of my Planeswalkers. So that is something I need to be wary about. But again, just get Kefnet back, run it back, do the same thing. I guess I should have minused. Yeah, I should have minused to destroy this, I guess. Yeah, that was a bit incorrect of me. Yeah, my opponent now realizes how useless these sabotages are. Yeah, I think I do want just to get back. Not you. Fuck off. My Kefnet. I mean, I could even just Bolas again, but I think this is fine. So once again, they can still only manipulation for 1. If they have a manipulation and another land in hand, then they can manipulation for 2. They could Ugin to kill Kefnet, and then Bolas to draw 2 cards. I think that'd be reasonable. Bolas would be put up to 5. I'd have 4 damage, put it down to 1. Ugin would also be at 5. So, you know, if they have that, that's a decent play. But I assume the chances of that being pretty slim. Dispersal. Okay, sure. That's fine. Unfortunate, but fine. Sure. Getting the Surveil. Popping the campaign back in your hands. That's fine. Darn. Decline. We will draw some cards, though.
I always have an
Oh, fucking hell yeah, dude. Now they can't even draw extra cards.
Mind and body should put thoughtfulness before action.
I will spare you in exchange for eternal servitude.
The reason I did this instead of other Boluses, like +2, is because I wanted to force them to not have something, right? I don't see my opponent coming back from this. Like, even if they have mass manipulation, yeah, so they can kill this, I get 2 more cards. They can play Campaign to force me to discard, but they don't get a draw out of it. Yeah, my opponent is what I like to call bugged. Graveyard. Transform. Now, obviously, this can go poorly, but let's see. So you are going to just do that. Sure. Get rid of this, or the Sabotage. Going to -4. I don't care about your Jace. I care about my Ugin. I'm going to just completely cripple my opponent.
Meditate.
And the Ionize, my opponent's fucked. Also, yeah. Yeah, so my opponent was absolutely destroyed there. Gotta make sure we have the same value game 2. The rest is obviously Elderspells. I didn't see much Planeswalkers from them, so I don't think I want Elderspells. I definitely want to get rid of my Soots. I don't even know if I like Contempts here. Like, I feel like I want Thief of Sanity because it's such an annoying card and it goes, like, under the radar. I'm not sure. Liliana, I think I actually do want to get rid of. Bedeck, Bedazzle, I think, is another card that I don't think I need in this specific matchup. Ugin, I think, is important dealing with enchantments. So it's between, like Ashiok, Thief of Sanity, and Contempt. But I feel like I didn't see very many... words are hard. I feel like I didn't see many Planeswalkers from them. If like, other than Jace, right? Like, Jace was the only one I saw. I don't think I saw Narset. So I don't know if I want Contempt. I think I would rather just have a couple of Thieves. We're going second, so I theoretically could drop a little bit of my Counterspell package to get an additional Thief in, and let's do that, actually. Yes. So, as I said, in the last game, in that situation of the last game where we both had Counterspells and we both knew about it, in that situation, you want to play. You want to be the second one to play. I'm going for a more active approach in this game if I can play Thief on turn 3. Because getting a resolved Thief that lives, especially if my opponent is taking out a lot of their creature removal, then that can really just swing the game in your favor because of the sheer amount of value you can accrue over the game. Now let's see if this is a turn 2 Thought Erasure, because if it's not for you, it will be for me. Now, obviously, they could play a negate or something like that, but I think I'm relatively fine with that because I am on 2. I don't have negates. I don't have too many counterspells. So they duress. I assume they're going to take Thought Erasure here. That is interesting. That makes me... Spell Pierce? No? Alright. So they have Sabotage, Guildgate, so they can't even play Sabotage next turn. So, let's see. If I get rid of their Discovery... They play this tapped, they have a Sabotage, but they can't use it. I also can't use, like, anything. I like the idea of just, like, keeping them off kilter. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, so this is great. Because they're not going to be able to have Sabotage up. Fuck. My opponent drew perfectly. So, I think I want to force them to use their Sabotage. I doubt they're going to use it on this, though. But maybe they're greedy. Nope. I don't think I want either of these, right? Yeah, no, I have plenty of mana to play Bolas. I have more mana to play Bolas. So they did waste a turn. So what I can do is I play Narset here. My opponent counters it. On my following turn, I play Bolas. Let me just double check to make sure. Like, obviously my opponent has a card in hand that I don't know about, but the most likely line is I play Narset. I am on 4, so next turn I'll be on 5. Okay, just double checking. I play Narset. Narset gets absolutely destroyed. There's no way my opponent lets Narset resolve. Their following turn, unless they draw something wacky, is going to be Jace. Jace will give them a card and mill either themselves or me for 2. Either way, I don't care. and I'll be able to resolve a Bolas and kill their Jace, being ahead on board. I think that's the correct decision. And if my opponent chooses not to counter this, yeah, they're countering it. But if they chose not to, then I just have an active Narset, right? So I think that is a calculated risk, and I think it's the correct decision because I don't have counterspells, right? My opponent doesn't know that I don't have counterspells, but if I did have counterspells and my opponent had counterspells, then I would not have made that play, right? So you have to really evaluate the exact scenario. So exactly what I thought would happen happened. They're gonna draw a card. I assume they're gonna mill themselves since they're playing Jace. No, they mill me. I don't know if I agree with that, but sure. I'm going to play this because they know about it. Then I'll play this. My opponent's only playing blue-black. They obviously can kill my Bolas in a variety of ways. And I do need to start drawing cards. So I'd like if Bolas survived. Bolas did survive. I will first draw a card. Drawing a lot of lands.
I will return.
Sure.
Let
Let's see if there's anything interesting in my opponent's hand. No, okay, yeah, we're both in shit top deck mode. Honestly, I don't think my opponent's just gonna cast whatever they get, right? So I think fuck that card. My opponent knows about this swamp, and I don't care about my life total, so I just want to give them as little information as possible. So me and my opponent are just in top deck mode. Obviously that's totally fine. Now my opponent knows we're in top deck mode. The thing that I fear the most, fuck off, is a mass manipulation, right? I currently cannot deal with a mass manipulation. So honestly, I think I just play this Thought Erasure, right? My opponent's going to cast whatever they play or whatever they draw. So I need to just make sure that what I draw is better than what they draw. Okay. Search for Azcanta is fantastic here. Opponent has to lose a land. Yeah, I think everything pretty much worked. Came up Millhouse for me. Things happened as I drew them up in my mind's eye. And Bolas' clutches. Okay. He can get back his Jace. Nope, he just draws.
Conceivable. I outsmarted you eons ago.
Yeah, I'll keep that on top. I am going to activate this first. Narset. Sure. Trying to see if I have...
If you wish to hone your
Damn.
prowess.
I was going to say... Whoa, right. I didn't have the mana for that. Awkward. I'm fine if he minuses on Narset, actually. But I assume he's just going to plus. Nope, he's going to minus. Okay.
I have reached my limit.
The clutches is an issue. Luckily, we did win the first game, so if we lose this one, we've still got a chance. How much mana do I have? 4, 8, 11. 4, 8. Not enough. Because this is 4 total, so I would need 12 to do all of them. I am worried that my Bolas will get counter here, but I'm going to try it. Das ist gut. And I believe the correct answer? Flip my Bolas. Yes. Bring back my Bolas. Kill my Bolas.
All will bow before Nicol Bolas.
Okay.
Your existence is
We should be back in the driver's seat, even if... Let's see, mass manipulation... Only can take one. Okay. I feel like that's the wrong one to take. Because if you take big Bolas, then you can kill my other Bolas. But that will be their turn. They've only reset the board. I have a Kefnet plus a Search for Azcanta, or a flipped Azcanta. So I should be in a good place. Keyword, should. While my opponent's thinking, get to some of these Discord questions. Kyle's asked, do you think Magic will ever be balanced, as all things should be? Will red ever be the worst color? I'm actually going to keep that with, I'm going to merge that with Banana's question. What is the weakest color in Modern, Legacy, Commander, and Standard, in your opinion? So, when Kyle's asks about Magic being balanced, it's all dependent on... Yep, and then he kills my Bolas. Absolutely. I have a God-Eternal. Right? You kill it, right? Yep, okay, sure. Like, he's going to Equilibrium, so I'm fine with that. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, I'm just gonna play both.
The immortal Nicol Bolas.
Don't have another land, unfortunately.
Will be your end. No.
Now he needs land and thing to steal.
No weakness
I love good old control matchups where our lives are still at 20. Oh, my sabotage. It's all format dependent, right? Like, red is it's. I'm trying to think of where red is an awful color. Red, I feel like, is doing fine in most places. Except maybe Vintage. I don't know enough about Vintage right now. Red used to be awful in Commander. It was pretty much tied with It was pretty much tied with White, but Red has gotten a lot of tools relatively recently. That has helped a lot. So I think Red is pretty much balanced everywhere, or pretty much decent everywhere, I should say. Yeah, sure. I'll reveal that. Get a cheap discovery. Oh, look at that. I don't need that. My opponent's not going to resolve shit. I can play a Ugin. I don't know why he said oops.
Recklessness and fear are the fabric of the multiverse.
Got another God-Eternal. Alright, we should just have this one. Yeah, Magic's balance is dependent on format, right? Some colors are better in some formats than others. Nope. What's the weakest color in Modern? Probably white. Let's see. Red's doing fine. Green's doing fine. Possibly white, but I don't think it's by a ton. And for what it's worth, a lot of that is due to humans, the prevalence in humans decks. But you know, Modern did have some format shakeups just happen, so we kind of have to see where that goes. Legacy, I haven't kept up with the Legacy metagame in a while, so I'm actually just gonna go to MTG Goldfish real quick and check the Legacy metagame. Legacy metagame, miracles. Just based on a cursory look, it looks like green. That's a no. That's a sure. Yeah, I guess green is the weakest color in Legacy right now. As for Commander, white. There's literally no question. White is so like sadly ineffectual. It's a disgrace, really. Do I want to take two? I assume this is Simic Ramp. Simic Ramp is very difficult, I feel, for this deck. I'm just gonna look for stuff. Yeah, I think that's reasonable stuff to find. So next time I can play this tapped, hold up Bedeck, or use Bedeck. Nope, Paradise Druid, sure. Can Bedeck that shit after it taps. Or if my opponent just plays some more dorks, then I can just ritual. Dork? No. Incredibly rude. So that just screams Mystic. Frilled Mystic, so bye. Yep, I'm fairly certain that was Frilled Mystic. Standard, I have no idea. Okay. They don't play Sinister Sabotage, right? I want to use Ritual. But I am afraid of the Sabotage. Yeah, I didn't have Counterspell.
I'm a god once again.
You're not allowed to have anything.
Suffer for your cause.
If I can get a land next turn, I can Ugin to destroy a Planeswalker or something of theirs. So, we should be okay. Standard, is there anything like awful in Standard? Red, white, blue? No, I think pretty much every color is good. Oh, okay. Not what I expected. Not what I expected at all. I guess I am just in gold still, so I shouldn't be pretending like every deck I come across is going to be uber Haxor's top tier. Yeah, so we're just going to Ugin kill this. We should be in a good spot. I was right about the Frilled Mystic.
Minds crumble.
I knew all along. I knew you knew all along. All along. All along. Dex asks, what is your top 3 favorite planes, including unvisited ones? I'm going to go to Scryfall and search for, let's see, what's that? T planes. Fuck, that includes planeswalkers. Awkward. Advanced search. So this is a creature deck. I don't think I need Narsets. Cry's probably okay, maybe. I think. I don't know. Can you repeat the question? I don't think I need my counter spells. I probably don't need my Azcantas. I'd like one of those. F7? You know what? Screw it. We're going counter spells. One Cry. 4.1? Yeah, we're still keeping our lands. Let's see. Type. I want just plain. Plain. Do not allow partial matches. So my favorite 3 that we have visited are Innistrad, Alara, specifically Naya. I really fucking like Naya. This is a no. This is a yes. That is a yes. So we're going second, which is obviously not great for your counterspells, but we do have a Cry the Canarium to clean up any of the early game riffraff. Scoundrel, Street Rat, just a little snack, guys. Rip him open, take it back, guys. Don't have too many cards, so we're just going to go and do this now while we have the chance. I'll take one of these. Yeah, I'll take one of them. Ravnica's okay. I think New Phyrexia, honestly. I fucking love that shite. Alright, and I mean, they have Llanowar Elves, but at this point we just have counterspells for days. We do need to deal with the Llanowar Elves at some point, but counterspell for days. Nah. You hit me with that negate. You hit me with that negate? Didn't think so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with those. But for ones we haven't visited, I think I'm going to wait on playing the Thought Erasure until the following turn because I'll be able to do both. So this turn I'll just hold up a counterspell. Next turn I'll play this untapped, hold up a counterspell, play Thought Erasure, yada yada yada, yada yada yada. Ow. Rude. If he plays Frilled Mystic, I think I'll just let it happen. No, negate. Okay. Do I want to counter that? Yeah, kind of. Get double surveil action going on. Bedeck, nah. Good to know. Good to know. So my shields are down for a single turn. Unfortunate, but I can just kill that. I actually should have kept that land on top. Yeah, fuck. I should have kept the land on top. I mean, I just don't want them to have mass manipulation against me, so... Sure! Keep that shit coming. I'm just gonna kill this now, I guess. Let's see. Places we haven't been. I really like... I'm interested in Chandalar. Chandalar has had a lot of, like, side lore. Fuck. So I'm very interested in that. Man, this crisis is gonna fuck me up. So I'd like to see that. Moag just looks like a lovely place to be. Ow. No! Not in ever. Of course, now I don't want the fucking Blood Crypt. It's gonna pass. My opponent's probably not gonna play the Druid, but yeah, maybe they will. Let's see. Banana with another question. What is your favorite 5th edition class race you haven't played yet? Fuck off! God, I hate these Simic Ramp decks. Okay, so I definitely need Ritual of Soot. I kept that in, didn't I? Yeah, I kept those in. Unfortunate. We're going first now. Let's see. Is there anything that I actually want in the deck that isn't? Not really. I guess I could try Thief of Sanity. Thing is, I think Cry is important. Narset might actually be worth running. So many 3s, though. So many 3s. Fuck you, Contempt. Contempt is just like not being brought in a lot, so I think I'm probably gonna chuck it. I don't know which one's better, so I'm gonna do both and make my deck worse. I actually like wrote down like all of the race class combinations that I want to play because I think they'd be interesting characters. Like I want to play a Tabaxi Inquisitor because because the joke of like curiosity killed the cat. So I want to play like this really good detective, but who's also like a cat. So they like are constantly just like, ooh, what's over here, and just like hyperactive and shit. Drowned Catacombs. Do one of these. That's not going to be a very good hand for them. So I'm going to just play Narset here. It is putting my shield down a little bit for my Sabotage, but I should be okay. We are just going to take a Bedevil here. So I need to fade 1 draw. Got there. So now we have an active Narset, we have an active Counterspell.
I have just the trick for this.
We have 2 active Counterspells. And eventually, I'll have enough mana to counter things and play things. Ooh. Do like me a Kefnet. I think I am going to Discovery, because I essentially just want to draw a lot of lands. These aren't lands. Donnez-moi plus I don't know what lands is. Pastor. What are lands? Graphics. English. Français, s'il vous plaît. Merci beaucoup. Terrain. D'accord. J'ai besoin de plus terrain de base pour mon bataille. Bataille? I don't know. So they get to draw a card, but I would like to cast Ionization against the Grixis Bolas. Oh, right, they can't fucking draw cards anyway. Get Shrek, bitch. Oh, I'm a bad person. 3 mana. So I want to get to 7 mana before I play a threat. So play Kefnet plus a thing. So once again, I am just going to passer la tour. Tour de l'adversaire. J'ai une autre... Contre-carré. Passer. Passer. Mon tour. Oui, c'est beaucoup. C'est un rituel. Je peux... Acquire. Take. What the fuck is take? Apprendre? Prendre? Is that the put on? Fuck. I think I'm just gonna take that. Sure. Suivons. Suivons. Domaine d'attente. No. Graphisme. Let's go back to Anglais, shall we? Sure, bro. Have fun. Yeah, my opponent kept a greedy-ass hand. Like, expecting the Grixis Control player not to have freaking counter spells and shit. Just gonna pass, dude. Like, I have nothing to lose by waiting. Ritual Raptor. Nah. Actually, I'm gonna let it resolve and Bedevil it. The fuck are you gonna do? You have nothing. You have actual nothing, opponent. Au revoir. Alright, well, I assume my opponent's gonna concede from this shit. You literally have nothing now. Bonjour? 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 I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna keep passing. I have no reason to put my guard down. None whatsoever. Hit me up with that land. Hell yeah, bud. Let's play out a Kefers, but let's fucking... Oh, I don't have a lot of mana. A lot of land. So let's instead play a Bolas. I just start beating in with Bolas. Cool. Right. D&D race. D&D characters to play. Oh, dude, I really want to play a Goliath Sorcerer. Who, like... Because, like, Goliaths, obviously, like, they're not built for magic and shit. But I just think it'd be so awesome to play a really beefy Goliath who's a frontline sorcerer, right? Like, that'd be so hilarious. He's just like... he's just like, my clan just, like, beats people's heads in. This is all I know. But I have these abilities, so I'm gonna use them to help me beat people's heads in. So I guess it would make more sense as like an arcane archer, but I feel like it's just so funny to be like a sorcerer like that. But yeah, for class, I don't know. Rogue, I haven't played Rogue yet, and Rogue stuff seems cool. Race, probably Goliath is the one I want to play most. Yeah. Gonna go to the Steward by Piak. And Jester, what is my biggest kink? It's a weird question. What even is a kink? I'm literally going to Google to get the precise definition of this. Definition by Merriam-Webster Dictionary. A short twist. Nope. Unconventional sexual taste or behavior. Unconventional. I don't know if I have any. Unconventional taste or behavior. I don't think I have any. Sorry to disappoint. but I don't think I have any unconventional thing. You weird people asking me a bunch of weird questions. I don't care. It's a ton of fun. So yeah, Bolas Control still putting in work. I hope this was very informative, because that's what I'm going to try to do with all of these climb videos, where I'm trying to reach higher ranks. I'm going to try my best to really elaborate on all of my plays and all of my play decisions and what I'm thinking and yada yada yada. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I would like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander, Croft, Zin, and Rexel, for their continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting the channel, you can find links to that down in the description below, or you can just press that join button and become one of the friction complete people. In the description down below as well is a link to my Discord server where I chat and play games, and it's the easiest way to contact me. And my other account where I, host all my deck lists and shit, including Bolas. And Bolas is doing just fine. As I said, really hope you've enjoyed this video. I always have, well, that's not entirely true, but I currently had fun making some Bolas content. So if you did enjoy, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, pass the turn, and the vid to some of your friends, and of course, until next time, all will be one as the music crescendos.